The Associated Press is reporting that Biden's reelection announcement will come as soon as next week. So he is, in fact, planning to run for reelection.
Great. Why do I say great? Because that means all of the establishment Democrats will not be in the race. So they believe in bowing their heads to power, no matter how ridiculous and absurd, no matter how bad the polling is, no matter what the chances of losing to Republicans are. People like Gavin Newsom are weaklings, and so they will say, okay, right, yes, sir, absolutely, sir. So there'll be no establishment Democrats in the race other than Joe Biden. So that leaves a lane for progressives to come in there and kick his ass. So obviously, Marianne Williamson's already in the race. By the way, she's already up to 10.
Dude, she's actually kind of killing it right now.
She is.
Like she keeps increasing support in the polls, but on top of that, when it comes to young voters, they're actually pretty fired up about her. And Marianne Williamson's TikTok page is really blowing up.
100%. I told you this like a week or two ago. So they're calling her mom on TikTok.
They are.
And mom says it's okay to cut the defense budget. Okay. And by the way, you have to give Marianne Williamson tremendous credit.
I do, yeah.
Because she had the courage to actually step in there. And she knew what was gonna happen. And I know that for a fact. She knew the media was gonna say, oh, not credible, and go after her for being spiritual, etc. Lie about her as they did last time around. And she's like, come for me. Mom says Biden's not good enough. Okay, so we need someone to actually beat Republicans. You know what Biden's gonna do? He's gonna fall asleep on the campaign trail. And they can't, look, the people in Washington care so much more about power and greed than they do about reality. So that's why when they see a poll showing Biden being deeply unpopular, they're like, no, he's the only one who can beat Trump. Why? There's tons of people who could beat Trump. Trump's an imbecile.
I guarantee you we're gonna hear the same arguments over and over again.
1,000 times. By the way, Joe Biden nearly lost to Trump. 43,000 votes in 3 swing states. You know, Donald Trump beat Hillary Clinton by 76,000 votes in 3 swing states, right? So these are razor thin margins. You know why? Because they take a deeply unpopular politician like Donald Trump and they run a deeply unpopular politician against them. Did you know that Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton were 2 out of the top 3 most unpopular presidential candidates in American history? And we were like, run Bernie. Bernie's really popular. I can see the polls. Why can't you read numbers? Bernie's killing Trump. They're like, no, it can't be. No one in power likes Bernie. Everyone in Washington thinks that he would end corruption, and we don't like that. No, people love Hillary Clinton. No, the polling shows the people really hate her. No, she's the only one who could beat Trump. And this time around, you will see it. I'll tell you ahead of time. Turn on to any cable news station, New York Times, NPR, turn to any of them, and they will all robotically say, Joe Biden is the only one who could beat Donald Trump, even though he almost lost to him last. But by the way, they'll never tell you that. They'll never even tell you that he barely won by 43,000 votes. And he's way more unpopular now than when he was running last time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing is, Trump doesn't have the stink of coronavirus response on him anymore.
Yeah.
And it's gonna give him an advantage for sure. Biden's got the stink of coronavirus response on him, in addition to a bunch of other things, right? So, yes, so we'll see how it plays out. I do give Marianne Williamson a lot of credit for, putting her name in the hat, especially given the treatment that she has already dealt with from establishment Democrats, from Biden's team, with Karine Jean-Pierre during a White House press briefing mocking her and making fun of her. So it takes a tremendous amount of strength to do what Marianne Williamson is doing, and I think it's important for Biden to be challenged, especially by someone that is to the left of him. So as I mentioned, the Associated Press is reporting this. They spoke to 3 individuals who are privy to the conversations, and the people who of course spoke on condition of anonymity tell the Associated Press that they're not aware about a final decision on timing. Like, they know that it's probably gonna come out next week. They don't know the exact date, but they do believe that the upcoming announcement will be released in the form of a video released to supporters.
That's gonna be so exciting.
And Biden has repeatedly said that he intends to run for a 2nd term, but advisors say he felt little need to jump into campaigning right away. Probably because he's got certain advantages, like the entire Democratic establishment rallying for him.
He says, which he's not really gonna campaign. I mean, he's gonna do super standard stump speeches that are gonna be so boring and nobody's gonna pay attention to him. Like if I was Biden, I would take one of my few advantages, which is that we have record low unemployment. And every day I'd be out there going, record low unemployment, best president ever, record low unemployment. What is he gonna do on the campaign trail? And everybody in Washington is gonna be like, oh, so brave and great. What a fighter. Like guys, stop gaslighting us. We all have eyes. And in the old days, you could just lie on an industrial scale and people believed you. Now the internet exists. We can see Joe Biden. We can see his poll numbers. They're disastrous. And by the way, the reason why people in power aren't even worried about Donald Trump is because they think Donald Trump can't win. I don't know anyone in the club who likes him. No, you schmucks, he has one giant advantage that you guys are completely blind to. He hates the establishment. And the country hates the establishment. So yes, he's got 1,000 other problems and he's a monster and a liar and all those things. But when he goes F you to the establishment, everybody goes, oh, in Washington, they're like, oh, everybody hates that, right? They love the establishment, right? No, they hate the establishment. That's why he still has an excellent chance of winning. So don't just run this feeble dude, but they will unless we beat him. And yes, we should definitely beat Biden in a primary. Yes, a primary is a fantastic thing. Whoever has stronger primaries has a much better chance of winning the general election. You will hear 100% lies from the mainstream media telling you the opposite. They're like, did you know that in 1972, it really didn't help? And in 1980, it also did not help President Carter. Yeah, how about the last two elections? Where the Democrats had a giant primary in 2020 and they won. They fought each other and they won. And then in 2016, the Republicans had a giant primary. They fought each other like nuts. They were talking about penis length and they won.
They were talking about penis length.
They
won.
That
did happen. Yep.
Like strong, contentious primaries help the candidate win. But mark my words, every single news actor and pundit on TV will lie to you 24/7 about that and say primaries hurt. Why? Because they don't want the powerful challenged.
Absolutely.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.